Associate. An associate is basically someone on the outside looking in. They work for the mob, run errands, commit crimes, kick money upstairs to actual members, but they're not officially part of the family. They can't be made members yet because they haven't proven themselves enough, or sometimes because they don't have the right bloodline. Some guys spend decades as associates doing all the dirty work and hoping that one day they'll get the tap on the shoulder. Soldier. Made man. Getting made is the moment you officially become part of the family. The ceremony is secret, usually involving a blood oath and the burning of a saint's card in your hands while you recite the code of silence, Omerta. Once you're in, you're untouchable by outsiders and expected to earn for your crew. Soldiers handle the grunt work, running rackets like extortion, loan sharking, and collections, answering directly to their capo. Capo regime, capo. The capo regime, or capo for short, sits right in the middle of the family structure. This guy runs his own crew of soldiers and associates like a small business owner, overseeing whatever rackets they're working, whether that's loan sharking, bookmaking, or labor racketeering. He collects all the money his crew brings in, keeps his cut, then kicks a percentage upstairs to the boss. Think of him as middle management with muscle. Underboss. The underboss is the number 2 guy in a crime family, basically the boss's right hand. He handles the day-to-day operations and keeps the capos in line, making sure orders from the top actually get carried out on the street. If the boss gets pinched or taken out, the underboss steps up and runs things until the situation gets sorted. It's a position that requires trust, because this person knows everything about the family's business. Consigliere. The consigliere sits outside the normal chain of command, but holds serious influence through one thing: the boss's ear. This advisor doesn't give orders to soldiers or captains, but when disputes flare up between crews or a major decision needs making, the boss turns to this trusted voice for counsel. Think of it as the family's internal diplomat and strategist rolled into one. The position demands complete loyalty and discretion because the consigliere hears everything. Boss. Don. The boss sits at the top of the entire organization and gets a piece of everything happening below him. Every scheme, every racket, every dollar moving through the family flows up to this one guy, eventually. He makes the final calls on who gets whacked, who gets made, and which territories the family moves into. His power comes from 3 things working together. People respect him because he's proven himself over decades. They fear what happens if they cross him, and most importantly, he keeps everyone earning. If the money dries up, his authority starts cracking no matter how feared he is. Street boss. When a mob boss wants to keep his hands clean, he appoints a street boss to run things for him. This guy handles all the daily operations, passes orders down the chain, and deals with the actual criminal business while the official boss stays in the background. If the cops come knocking, they find the street boss first, not the real power. It's a buffer system designed to keep the top guy insulated from prosecution. Acting boss. When a boss gets locked up or has to lay low, someone steps up as acting boss. This person runs the entire operation with full authority, making all the decisions and collecting the same respect. Everyone understands it's temporary though. The second the real boss walks out of prison or comes back from wherever he's been, the acting boss steps aside without question. It's a placeholder position, but while you're in it, you're the boss. Enforcer. An enforcer is basically the muscle who keeps everyone in line through fear. When someone in the family breaks a rule, steals, or talks too much, the enforcer shows up to deliver the message. This usually means a beating serious enough to hospitalize someone, or in worst cases, making them disappear entirely. The job requires someone who can hurt people without hesitation and doesn't ask questions about orders from above. Earner. An earner is someone in the family who's really good at making money through whatever racket they're running. This could be anything from gambling operations to loan sharking to drug dealing to construction fraud. The better you are at bringing in cash, the more respect you get. Even if you're not officially high ranking, the family protects its earners because they're valuable. If you can consistently generate revenue, you've got serious pull. Button man. A button man is what the mob calls a soldier who's been made. Specifically, when they want to emphasize his real job, which is killing people. The term comes from the idea that he's like a button you push when someone needs to die. When the bosses order a hit, they send the button man to handle it. He's not running numbers or managing rackets full time. He's the guy who shows up with a gun when the family needs someone eliminated. The Commission. The Commission isn't a rank you climb to, it's the board of directors for the American Mafia. Started in 1931, it's made up of bosses from the biggest families, usually 5 to 7 of them depending on the era. They meet to settle beefs between families, approve big moves like hits on made guys, and basically keep everyone from going to war with each other. Think of it as organized crime's version of the Supreme Court, except the decisions get enforced with bullets. Boss of Bosses. The Boss of Bosses title was basically a power grab that never stuck. Some ambitious guys like Salvatore Maranzano tried claiming authority over all 5 families, but the Commission shut that down fast, usually with bullets. It wasn't a real rank, just something self-important bosses called themselves before getting whacked. The Commission existed specifically to prevent one family from dominating the others, so anyone claiming this title was painting a target on their back. Messenger. A messenger in organized crime is basically a human relay system. This person carries messages, orders, or packages between different parts of the organization without needing to know what any of it means. The whole point is keeping the boss separated from the street guys who actually do the work. If someone gets caught or flips, the messenger can only give up 1 or 2 names at most, not the whole chain. It's a low-risk job, but also low respect, usually given to newer members or associates trying to prove themselves. Connected guy. A connected guy is someone who runs in mob circles without being formally part of the family. He might own a restaurant where wise guys hang out, supply equipment for their operations, or just be a childhood friend who stayed loyal. The relationship works both ways. He does favors when asked, keeps his mouth shut, and in return he gets protection, business thrown his way, and the kind of respect that comes from being seen with the right people. He's useful but expendable.